Now, not too long ago, I made a video on how I weigh shock value in anime. So today, I just wanted to talk about how I weigh depth value in anime. Now, the difference between shock value and depth value is shock value is something that you're like, damn, I did not expect that. And depth value is which makes you actually feel bad for the character, feel like gives you the feels for the death and everything. So I'm just gonna put it in simple words. I'm gonna speak about debts that I personally valued and actually felt for against debt which I did not value and did not fell for. So just to put it in simple words, something of a debt value when it comes to a character, there's a lot of things that comes into mind, comes into this whole concept of debt value that I see. That is basically the first thing is character development. The most important thing is the character a good character? Is the character a bad character? A villainous character? What good deeds has the character done? What bad deeds has the character done? What kind of past does the character have? Or what kind of origin he has? All of that stuff comes into play when it comes to death value, because this of a certain character holds a lot of value in someone's eyes, because this character personally, some have their favorite villains have die and they feel bad for him because they have this sad past and everything, while some have their favorite heroes, favorite side characters die because they have this certain past to them, certain origin to them, and they have this certain feels for them when they die. Now all that is alright, but there are also death value which just randomly puts out there. Now I'm gonna speak about good examples of death value right now. Simply put it, some of the good examples of death value will be like Jiraiya from Naruto. I would say that was a pretty good. It had the weight. It had that weight which was required when Jiraiya died in Naruto, because it had the feels there, and Jiraiya was already a developed character. A lot of people, it was already a lot of people's fan favorite by the time he died. So yeah, Jiraiya's value there was pretty high when he died. And let's take something away from our normal shonen. Let's go to something like Anohana. Personally, like it's a romance anime, but in the end of the series, spoilers, Menma dies, and that's pretty much something uh, like it just has this value because throughout the series you have been with this character and all of a sudden she dies. It has this value. She disappears. It has this value over there. But there are some things that really takes away the death value, and I know this is gonna be uh a lot of people are gonna come on me for this, but hear me out on this. Neji's death from Naruto was pretty useless, to be honest. Like, I mean, yeah, it did save Naruto, Hinata, and all that shit, but in the end, his death really didn't mean anything. There was no feels to it, to be honest. Why, you would ask? Because Neji wasn't seen for almost like what, 400, 500 episodes until he finally came and died, and literally that whole thing because he wasn't relevant in this all these episodes of Naruto. So his death was just there to be there. And when a character is irrelevant throughout all these episodes and then all of a sudden thrown to the sidelines just to die, then yeah, I mean, even if you play the sad tone and you kind of give this feel and everything, try to give this feel and everything, it's not gonna happen because the character wasn't even relevant up until that point. So just in simple words, that's how it feels when someone dies without relevancy throughout the series. And that's where the death value of the certain person just goes down in my eyes. And other than that, if you ask me, there are other series too. Like, for example, let's just take Guilty Crown. Guilty Crown does a pretty bad job when it comes to deaths. Yeah, halfway through you get bored from this. Just because it was like, what? Really? That's how, that's how it happened? That's pretty much how you go throughout the whole Guilty Crown, at least a halfway through. The first half of Guilty Crown is pretty good. I'll not lie. The first few episodes are pretty good, but that is just like, what? Huh? Okay. Uh, that's pretty much what I went through in the Guilty Crown process. But yeah. Uh, Other than that, if you ask me, and it's like there are various series where death really doesn't mean anything. Value of death really doesn't mean anything in certain series. For example, let's just take something like Attack on Titan. Now, I'm not saying that that's important deaths, which I'm not going to give spoilers for because it's going to be really, really important. Uh, Important deaths in Attack on Titan are there. But at the same time, if a side character dies, somebody who hasn't done anything throughout the Attack on Titan series dies, it's not gonna be the same feel. You're not gonna get the same feels as you normally get through it. Same goes with Tokyo Ghoul. Same goes with other many series. It's just so many series, just in general, when a character dies without doing anything for about almost half of the series, yeah, you would not get the same feel. And by Attack on Titan, I meant the slaughtering of Levi's squad, obviously, because to be honest, they didn't do anything, so I didn't feel anything for them. The only thing that I felt was Levi's emotion, to be honest, because Levi had that, and that's pretty much what comes in the shock value, if I had to put it, because that shock value was what that's where I would weigh the shock value to be high, because Levi suddenly had an outburst within him, and he becomes really angry on that moment and all that stuff. So it's a shock value thing, not a death value thing. And I'm talking about a death value. So yeah, if you're talking about death value, you should actually feel for certain characters, which I don't feel unless they are relevant. That's basically what it is. Yeah, that's in basic. That's basically putting in basic word. I give you guys a long explanation. The short explanation is basically uh, relevancy to a character means feels for the deaths. That's that's how it goes. Simple. Anyways, let me know what do you think about that value. How do you weigh it? This is personally my opinion on how I weigh that value, and compared to my shock value video. This is a lot longer because obviously I had to analyze what I was gonna say on this one, because that value means a lot of things for a lot of people who have a lot of feels, and some people are soft-hearted, so they get easily emotional. But somebody like me, who's kind of not a soft-hearted person, I would say, I'm not that soft-hearted, to be honest. I do get feels, but it's not easy to give me feels. So that's basically why I feel like some deaths are just dependent on relevancy and how much I like a character, certain character, and everything. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.